Hey, this is Kelly with Kelly's Magical Realm, and I'm doing a channeled reading on Jim Morrison, but I just wanted to show you the book I have on him, and I have a picture of him. I'm just channeling him. Now, the reading is already done. I already wrote everything down, so what I'm going to do now is just read to you everything I wrote and stay to the end because this is a very interesting reading. It's not too long at all either. Okay, here we go. I see a white dove, freedom and truth. Jim said financial systems are crashing soon. The old way of living is done. I've been freeing everyone. Follow me down. Tell the people that you see. I'm shattering illusion and revealing the truth. He said he's a spiritual clown, and that makes me laugh, and an enlightened hippie, because he really is funny. There was a few jokes he made at me, and he also said he's the beacon of truth and light. He's a lighthouse in the storm. The 3D is no longer. People are really seeing through the illusion. Rainbow children, light workers are all helping and getting together now. And he loves to read because I asked him what he likes to do with his time. He said he's reading Paradise Lost currently by Milton and Tale of Two Cities. I saw him surrounded by books. He's in his element. His energy is glowing. He said the totalitarian society does not exist. Hitler lost control and went down in flames, just like the government. Atlantis is rising again, a new way of being, and this is going to shock people and awaken people on a grander scale. By the new year, the earth will be unrecognizable. New year equals new earth. And he says he plays the piano at times. He writes new music. He said right now it's like a harmonic convergence of the soul going on right now. History is being rewritten. He also likes to cook. He says he likes to dabble in cooking. He's a diverse soul. He said he's like Peter Pan, flying into new realities, freeing people, showing them the way, shaking people up. And also he was reading Tolstoy by Anna Karenina, which I found absolutely fascinating because I really like Anna Karenina myself. And it's no wonder he likes that particular story because Anna falls in love with the bad boy, which is like Jim Vronsky, you know? The bad boy, he's smoking, he's handsome, he knows how to dance, he knows how to move, he knows what to say. But he likes it. He made me feel that he likes it because it's so controversial. And it really was when it came out. Think about it. It came out, what, in the early 1900s, that book? So it was very controversial. And, of course, he likes that. And he really likes that, and he was mentioning the ballroom scene in Anna Karenina, like the oneness between them, and then the ending that no one expected. The light came for her. Tolstoy also likes to wake people up like Jim. They both like to shatter illusions, making you think, altering your mind to make the consciousness flow into the fifth dimension, planting seeds. He says he's still creative. He likes to paint. He likes to be on boats sailing. He likes helping people. He likes helping people step into a new reality. And then he mentioned his song, Universal Mind. I've been doing time in the Universal Mind. Just kind of reminding us he wrote that. When he wrote that, it was about consciousness. He also mentioned his song, Indian Summer. He said in a past life he was a knight. He mentioned he was one of the knights at the round table. He mentioned that. He mentioned Guinevere and Arthur. He also said he was a knight and Templar in the past life. And then he was talking about one of his songs, Awake, Shake Dreams from Your Hair. He was saying seize the day. He also said he was a high priest in a past life, and he was an ordained minister in a past life. And he even talked, he was saying benediction. He was telling me, I had to look it up. I'm like, what does that mean? And it means like blessing people, bestowing blessings, and especially at the end of a ceremony. before I started this, he was also showing me a past life as a shaman. So that's where he got his dancing from, his skills in the life of Jim. He said he's a minister of the mind. Let's see. He talked a little bit. Well, all he really said about Avalon was like the destruction of Avalon. He was there for that. He mentioned the Holy Grail. He said in his life as Jim, there was a lot of treacherous people around him, kind of like King Arthur had. And then he mentioned, he briefly brought that up, and then he went into his relationship with Pam. He said, I cared for Pam, but she brought him down. But he felt responsible for her, and he tried to take care of her. But he said, as far as like romantic stuff, he said that he met his twin flame in his life as Jim. It wasn't Pam. I asked him about that. He said that his twin that he met in his life as Jim, he knew her for about 3 months, and she died before him. So he made me feel that she died, let's see, a few years before him, like 1969. She was just a teenager. He said that she was, I believe, 18 or 19. And then he mentioned the winter solstice coming up. He was talking about that. He said the winter solstice this year will bring in new life, new energy. The winter solstice is going to help with the ascension, solar flares that we've been having lately. The ascension energy is coming through the solar flares. And yeah, he talked a lot about solar flares, and he even mentioned we have some going on today. So he said that's really shaking things up as well with the ascension energy. And then I went on to ask him what music he likes, because I thought that would be a really good topic, because I always wondered like what music he was really into. And then he mentioned his song, The Lady Who Waits. You know, in that song, 20th Century Fox, he was mentioning, he goes, The Lady Who Waits, he said that line was about the lady in waiting. So that was his life with Arthur and Guinevere. So he was talking about the lady who waits and how she sets a man at school. And then I went on to talk more about music with him, asking him, you know, what he likes to listen to. He mentioned Pink Floyd. He said Roger Waters of Pink Floyd, he really likes their music. When he was talking about that, he was mentioning the song Comfortably Numb. That's one of the ones that he likes by them. And then he made a joke about The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. He likes that movie, and he just said something about Bristol fashion, and that's what they were saying in the movie. I thought that was funny. And then other music that he likes, I was actually surprised by some of his music. I mean, it's different, but it wasn't what I expected. He likes, first he wanted me to talk a little bit about more solar flares. He said the solar flares again are bringing in ascension energy. 12/21, the solstice is the opening of another portal. He mentioned the Schumann resonance. He said people are attuning to the new Schumann resonance and awakening. He said he's a spiritual teacher, and Jim said he was really into paganism in his life as Jim. And that's because he had a past life as a druid. He did a hand fasting ceremony in a past life. That is why he was so fascinated by it in his life as Jim, because he was actually remembering some of his past lives as Jim. And then his songs, he was saying, can mean more than one thing. Like There's a Killer on the Road, it also meant the movie The Highway that he was making. It reflected on how at times he felt like a madman, as far as, you know, the movie that he was making, The Highway. And then because Killer on the Road could mean more than one thing. It was meaning his movie The Highway, Charlie Manson. It was a bunch of things. And he said at times he felt like he was a madman, like he was possessed. He said from drinking and drugs. He said he had spiritual attachments on him and he had a lot of negative energy on him. He said he pushed people away a lot. He didn't want people that close to him or to know him that well. It was kind of like a safety mechanism. It's really important to take care of your energy. He wanted to get that message across to people. You know, he said that he wished he knew that when he was alive, you know, he wished he knew that about energy. Because he's had to do so much healing work on the other side to clear attachments and cords and to work on his addictions and to heal himself. And he really also, you know, he wanted to mention to really use discernment. Don't take everything for fact. Use your own discernment. He wanted to remind us that no one here gets out alive. And then I went on, like I said, getting more on about talking about music. And he said he really likes music that frees the soul. And he mentioned Bach. I was surprised. I was like, I really didn't picture him as a classical person, but he says he likes Bach and Schumann. And then he said he likes music being played at 432 Hz, the healing frequency. He said it makes your soul lighter. He likes solfeggio music. He likes consciousness musicians. Again, Roger Waters from Pink Floyd and Jimi Hendrix, Michael Hutchins. Some of Michael Hutchins' songs were about peace. He says he likes music that expands the mind and consciousness. He said George Michael says freedom, you know, like one of his songs is called Freedom. And he said, wake me up before you go. He said those are about consciousness. He also likes the song Moonlight Sonata. He likes Bon Iver. I was so surprised by that. And he said he likes Bon Iver, in particular Roslyn. He likes Hall & Oates. He likes the Jay Giles Band. He mentioned the song Centerfold, but I looked them up. I didn't realize that. I only knew the Jay Giles Band for their song Centerfold. I didn't know how long, you know, they were around. I looked it up, and they are like a blues band too. So I was pretty surprised by that. He said, you know, John Lennon, the song Give Peace a Chance, that stuck out for him. He likes Billy Joel. He likes the song We Didn't Start the Fire. If you really look up the words for that one, you'll see that's about consciousness as well. He said, wake up, girl, you're almost home. Not to touch the earth, that's about awakening. And he said, he mentioned a song, Blue Sunday. He said, music carries frequencies. Listen to that of awakening consciousness music. Music should feel good and set you free, not rattle you. He said, like 432 Hz is really good to listen to. He said, the awakened mind, universal mind. He mentioned that song again. He said it was kind of like the prophecy was in there about awakening in that song, the universal mind. He talks about freeing people from their limited ways. And then he mentioned we want the world and we want it now because we're taking back our power. He said that's what we're all doing right now. Whether you're consciousness of it or not, we're all taking back our power. He said we're taking it back into a harmonious universe in which it was intended to be. We worked hard for this. The time is here. I am the freedom man, he said. And he also wanted to mention the 1212 portal. He said that is an important time this Friday. You know, it's a good time for twin flames. It's just a good time in general to really get into that energy. Also, I thought this was wild. He said the aurora borealis will be your sign, right? Funny thing is, I heard that again while I was working today, aurora borealis. I'm like, what is this? You know, I mean, I love it, but I was just trying to figure out what is he trying to say. I look it up, Do you know there's going to be an aurora borealis tonight, which tonight, as I'm recording this, is December 9th, and it'll also be tomorrow, December 10th. I thought that was wild. So he said, that'll be a sign. I feel what he was trying to say is that will be your sign. You'll see it, and there's going to be more ascension energy coming with it. That's what he was trying to say, I believe. He talked about Ascended Master Hilarion, indigenous races kind of claiming the land back. He said the sonic boom will come. The new frequency will set people free from their limited ways. It will be so loud, it's deafening to the dark. The new frequency tone sets you on track, sets you free. I thought that was kind of wild, and I think the sonic boom is pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of the flash that's coming, like the solar flare, but the sonic boom is a new frequency of the earth. And that's pretty much it. I left it there. I thought it was beautiful. I really loved this reading. I thought it was very insightful. It was really cool to know what Jim was doing on the other side, how hard he's worked on himself. And it's just amazing. And hearing about the music and the books he likes. This is the most beautiful reading that I've ever done of him. I've done readings of him in the past. I've been doing readings on him for 5 years now, I believe. I do them every year. I do one on the day he died in his life as Jim, and I do one on his birthday. So his birthday is December 8th, and it would have come out yesterday, but I felt like he had more to say, which he did. The rest of this came out today as far as the music and everything. And I'm going to stop here. But I just want to thank you for watching, and have a great night.